All right, everybody, let's go ahead and finish up our daily math review for week 7 of our bell ringers. So what's the difference in value of the 6 in each of these numbers? So here we have 60, and here we have just a 6. So the difference between 60 and 6 is 60 is 10 times as much as 6. All right, moving down here, we have 5 times 2 is 10, carry our 1. 5 times 0 is 0 plus 1 is 1. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 4 is 19. Put our comma. 4/5 times 8, remember to turn a whole number into a fraction, we put it over 1. So we have 4 times 8 gives us 32. And we have 5 times 1 gives us 5. How many times can 5 go into 32? That's 6 times. Our denominator stays a 5. 5 times 6 is 30 with 2 left over. All right, now we have a volume problem. If 1 cube equals 1 cubic inch, find the volume. So our volume is length times width times height, and these little dots just mean times. So I'm going to look and see how many of these little boxes I have across the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times, and then how many do I have going up? 1, 2, 3. And how many do I have going across this way? 1, 2, 3. So 4 times 3 is 12 times 3, and I'm just going one step at a time. And then 12 times 3 gives me 36 cubic inches, or I could also say inches cubed. So cubic inches or inches cubed, that means the same thing. All right, Friday. 8 friends are sharing 5 packs of cookies. What fraction of a package will each friend receive? Well, if 5 friends are sharing 8 cookies, I'm going to have 5, and I'm dividing it by the 8 cookies. So 5/8 of a package of cookies. That's how we do that. Compare using greater than or less than. So this is an inequality statement. 23 times 80 or 80 times 25. Well, 23 is going to be less than our 25. Because remember, these are the same. We're only comparing what is different. And our 23 is less than 25. Now we have 1 and 63 hundredths minus 58 hundredths. So 1 and 63 hundredths minus, and this is where we're lining up our decimal points. So our handwriting is really important in this one. So all we do here is just line up our decimal points. 3 minus 8 we can't do, so we have to borrow from our 6, turn that into a 5. This becomes 13. So we have 13 minus 8 gives us 5. 5 minus 5 is 0. Bring down my decimal point. 1 minus 0 is 1. So we have 1 and 5 hundredths. Now Shane says that all quadrilaterals have right angles. Is he correct? Why or why not? So remember, we've talked before, quad means 4. Quadrilaterals is any 4-sided figure. So do they all have right angles? So when we think of quadrilaterals, a lot of times we think of squares or rectangles, and those would have right angles, meaning like this, it's 90 degrees. But do they all have right angles? Well, can you think of any shapes that do not have right angles, but they do have 4 sides? Yes, of course we can. So I'm thinking of like a trapezoid. I'm not very good at drawing them, but this is a trapezoid, and that right there is not 90 degrees, neither is this, but this could be 90 degrees, and this too. So because a trapezoid falls into a category of a quadrilateral, that means no, he is not correct. And the reason why is because we can name a figure that is a quadrilateral. It has 4 sides, which is what A quadrilateral means 4 angles, but they don't have to be right angles. Moving on to our language review. Many countries among the world have folk dances. All right, so right off the bat, I'm seeing countries needs to be spelled correctly. Countries. So many countries among the world. Well, that probably needs to be around the world. Have folk dances. And that's not a question. That's a period. All right, number 2. Dances on Scotland, India, and Korea all look different. That is true. I'm sure they look different. So that needs a comma because those are all different countries. And it's not going to be dances on Scotland. That would be from, because it's different places where they are from. All right, number 3, use context clues to figure out the meaning of the bold word. Circle the correct word. Folk dances reflect the traditions and the history of the culture. Okay, so that's not going to be move or shine. It would be they show. Write the missing word. Many folk dances have simple steps that anyone blank do. That anyone can do. Yes, they should possibly do them, try them, but it's going to be that they can do them. Read the dictionary entry. A record is a music disc, like an old record. Maybe some of your parents or grandparents have them at home. An official document about events. The best achievement ever. What a person has done in the past, like attendance, voting record, crime. Or to preserve in writing, sound, or video. So now we're going to look at which meaning of record is used in the sentence. Write the letter on the line. Her voting record, here's record, shows that she cares about the environment. Okay, so which one of these goes with this one? So I would say, since we're talking about her voting record, that's going to be D. Number 2, the band will record 3 new songs next week. All right, so which one would this be? So record, it's talking about sound. Okay, I'm thinking that's going to be E. And number 3, Bob Beamon held the men's long jump record for almost 23 years. So that's the best achievement ever, so that's going to be C. And then, last but not least, write a paragraph using at least 3 different meanings of the word record. I look forward to reading those in class.